All right. Hi, everyone, and welcome to my webinar. I'm super pumped for everyone to be here with me today. Thank you guys so much for taking the time to tune in. So, to get things started, I quickly want to share something with you that I just read, which completely blew my mind. It was this article in the Huffington Post about what the average person who lives until age 80 will spend their time on throughout their life. Get this. It said that we'll spend more than 13 years of our life at work, more than 11 years of our life interacting with digital screens like TV, computer, and phone, and more than 7 years of our life just trying to fall asleep. And no, this is not 7 years sleeping, guys. It's 7 years laying awake in bed, tossing and turning, trying to get to sleep. Pretty damn crazy to think about all that when they put it into years, right? Well, what's even crazier is that it also said that the average person spends 10 times less that amount of time on romance, socializing, and exercising combined. Well, I don't know about you, but I find that pretty damn mind-blowing. But honestly, it does make a bit more sense to me now why our levels of happiness have been declining over the past few decades. I mean, think about it for a second, guys. The things that we are spending the most of our time on, like working and staring at our phone and computer screens, are the things that have been linked to causing us the most stress and anxiety in our lives. But the things that we are spending far less time on, like socializing and romancing and exercising, usually do the opposite for us. Not only that, but stress and anxiety are the things that affect our ability to sleep well. And if we don't get enough rest, it affects our energy and our endorphin levels, leading us to be unproductive, feel unhappy, and just overall be unfulfilled with what we're doing. So, as we go through this webinar today, I want you guys to keep this question in the back of your mind. Because, as you just heard, there is obviously a major imbalance going on in our lives that is in desperate need of being corrected. For me, personally, using this hack has allowed me to 10 times my levels of happiness and success in my life. Can you imagine if you were 10 times happier and successful than you are now? How fucking awesome would that be? Wouldn't you feel as if you're finally in control of your life? Hell yeah, you would. Well, guess what, guys? I'm going to show you how to do exactly that with this one simple shift, which you can begin applying to your life right now, that will help give you more time, more energy, more confidence, and more fulfillment, all simply by forming healthy habits in just 1 hour a day. Yes, only 1 hour. And by the end of this webinar, you're going to learn exactly how to do that. And I really do believe that our time together will have provided some great value to your life. So I know that if you're feeling really lost about where you are in your life right now and things seem to be just spinning further out of your control, that this might sound like a pretty crazy ass goal, especially if you try to change things up in the past and failed. But the more you pay attention to what I'm going to tell you, the more you're going to realize they're going to actually be really doable. Now, I know a lot of people like to start their webinars off with a bunch of back and forth bullshit and all this other unnecessary garbage, but I'm just going to dive right into the good stuff. That sound good to you guys? All right, let's do this. All right, so here's what we're going to cover in the next 30 minutes. We're going to talk about this one epic shift that you need to make in order to regain control of your life that will take you less than 1 hour a day. Now, once I personally made this shift, they just started to click in a way like they never did before, helping me attract more positive things and opportunities in all over areas of my life. It allowed me to become 10 times happier and healthier, more confident, more productive, more successful, and it finally made me feel a sense of fulfillment and belonging. And what's crazy is that once I made this shift, I was able to do it all effortlessly. Okay, so here's my promise to you guys. If you stick with me to the end of this webinar, I'm going to hand you over a super simple, super efficient, one-page PDF that's going to teach you my 7 essentials for success to help you start regaining control of your life. And not only am I going to give you that, but I'm going to show you something super cool and ridiculous. It's a short video clip of me from my days as a party bus owner. See this picture right here? It was one of the buses I owned during that time frame. And we used to call it the Zebra Bus. Pretty damn awesome, right? Well, back when I had this bus, I had long hair. I dressed up in costumes and partied almost every night. I led a very different lifestyle than I do now. So, actually, you'll be able to see something not many people have that are currently in my life today. But the thing is, it will show you a glimpse of just how far I've come in such a short period of time by making the changes that I have. And guess what? I got one more thing for you guys. It's amazing, this bonus that better than any PDF or video that you'll ever see of me. So stay tuned. You're not going to want to miss this bonus. All right. So let's go ahead and talk about who should be here today. First off, you should be a man. Like this guy right here. He's a man if you couldn't tell. And just to make sure there was no mistaking it, I even drew him a dick. Now, I'm not saying this can't also help women, but this applies more so towards us and what society has been telling us since we were born. As in how we need to act or what we need to do as a man in order to be happy, confident, and successful, and just feel like a man who is in control of his life. So guys, if you're feeling overwhelmed, stressed out, like there's just not enough time in the day, or that you're just running low on energy because you're overworked and your health is suffering because of it, or if you're just feeling unfulfilled or depressed about what you're doing in your life, then this is for you. Honestly, guys, it doesn't matter if you tried to change in the past and it didn't work, or that you don't think you have enough time to change because of your current responsibilities with your job or your family, or if you're just on the fence about losing your current male identity if you make a change. All that matters is that you want to and that you're ready to make a change in order to regain control of your life. Okay? Sound good? Now, if you're looking for some quick fix magic pill that's going to solve all your problems overnight, then this is not for you, so just don't waste your time here. Honestly, you would think by now that people would finally realize that all those things are a bunch of bullshit. Because if they weren't, everyone would be rich. Everyone would have washboard abs, work only an hour a week, and be living their dream life on a beach drinking cocktails all day long. So, if you're looking for that, just go ahead and hit the red X on the top left of your screen. Then, just go open a new browser and do a Google search on where to find someone to kick you in the nuts. Because that's exactly how you're going to feel if you continue wasting your time on bullshit shortcuts. Now, if you guys are looking for an actual way to regain control of your life that will help you achieve sustained levels of happiness and success, then you're exactly in the right place. I mean, can you imagine finally being able to push past the things that have been holding you back and regain control of how you feel, how you look, and what you can achieve? How fucking awesome would that be if you had that power? Well, pretty damn awesome, I have to say, because I personally experience it every day. Alright, so I want to take a moment and introduce myself to you guys. My name is Philip, and for much of my adult life, I actually felt like I had no control. I felt like society, it was just directing me down this path that it wanted to. It was like telling me what I needed to do, how I should think, and what I should feel. But the thing is, for the last 10 years, I've been working on regaining control of my life. And let me tell you, it has not been an easy road. I mean, think about it. Have there been moments in your life like where you've tried to regain control and take charge and break free from the shit that's been holding you back in your mind, in your body, in your business, in your relationship or marriage? Of course. We all have. But it isn't easy. And the moment you start gaining any little bit of control, you usually get sucked back into old habits like eating unhealthy again and being lazy and not getting enough rest and just spending way too much time away from your family and spending money you still don't have, and basically putting you right back where you started, or even feeling more behind than you originally were before. And now that feels like you've pretty much just been kicked in the nuts, does it not? Well, finally, after 10 years of working on figuring this out, I don't work a 9-to-5 job. I don't have a boss. I don't hate Mondays. I actually look forward to them. I don't live just for the weekends. And I definitely don't shave or wear suits unless I want to. So that previous photo of me was definitely not taken on my break from work at some corporate office. And most of all, I just don't give into the bullshit anymore. I can honestly say I'm happier, I'm healthier, I'm more confident, I'm more productive, I'm more successful, and I'm more fulfilled than I've ever been before in my life. And the thing is, I don't tell you this to brag. I just tell you to let you know that it's possible. But the thing is, I wasn't able to do any of this until I stopped settling and accepting what I was being told I needed to do and started to take the path less traveled. Now, along my path, I managed to do a lot of things right. Shortly after graduating college, I started a party bus company and successfully ran it for over 6 years. Not only growing it each year, but expanding it into new territories, but by breaking sales records year after year. But not only that, I took more vacation time each year than most people do over an entire lifetime. One of the last major trips I did was 110 days to be exact. Traveling all over the country on this bus to major cities, national parks, and other remote destinations. Honestly, it was the adventure of a lifetime. Well, several lifetimes, I should say. Sounds pretty freaking awesome and like a dream life, right? Well, at the time, it was in many ways, but still, I didn't remain content. So I just continued along my path, using my time and energy to grow myself even further. So eventually, I moved to New York City and became a successful model and commercial actor. I've been featured in Esquire magazine, I've walked the runway in New York Fashion Week, I've been on the Today Show twice, and featured in several TV commercials like Bounty Paper Towels and Dish Network and Black & Decker, as well as worked for a lot of other fashion and lifestyle brands. But that's not it. I was able to fulfill a dream of mine by getting my personal trainer certification. And I even gained a specialization in fitness nutrition, which is one of my biggest passions. And this has allowed me to help people transform themselves into stronger and healthier versions. But I didn't stop there. I also created a popular sustainable living blog, highlighting the things that I'm passionate about and like how we as a society can live better without harming our planet and the animals that coexist with us. And then that turned into working for an environmental nonprofit called the Our Children's Earth Foundation. And this allowed me to see firsthand just how fulfilling it can be doing something for such a greater cause than just myself. You know, some people honestly cannot believe that I juggle all those things and still have enough time for anything else, but I do. And yes, I can really juggle too. Over the last 10 years, I figured out some things about how to be hyper productive, which really has transformed how I live my life now. Imagine right now, instead of feeling as though you never have enough time, you find yourself wondering what the hell to do with all the extra time. Imagine at 3 p.m. feeling as if you finally accomplished everything you needed to do, and now you have a ton of time. The thing is, it wasn't always easy. I honestly wish it was, but the thing is, success just isn't. In order to get to where I've gotten, I've fallen on my face and done a ton of things wrong along the way. And just to be honest, just because I had control of my time didn't mean I was happy, satisfied, or living up to my potential by any means. So maybe you guys can relate to this next part. Throughout many of those years of my life, I lived a very, very toxic lifestyle, numbing myself with lots and lots of alcohol. Now, what would normally just start off as like a carefree, feel-good time always seemed to lead to excess, where I'd find myself constantly passing out and blacking out. I'd fall asleep in like random places like bars, kitchen floors, basically wherever I was partying. And usually, I wouldn't remember a good part of the night either, leaving me just wondering what the hell I did, who I saw, and how I acted, which usually I found out was pretty damn destructive in one way or another. It was basically sort of like the movie The Hangover, but on repeat way, way past the third one. Now, after doing this so frequently, night after night, it eventually just became like normal life to me. So I didn't really think much of it. However, in reality, this was not only putting the health of my body in jeopardy, but my mind as well. Like on most days, I would just find myself in a depressed ass state, just feeling alone, disconnected, unmotivated, and unfulfilled. And that is a very dangerous place to be in. Now, instead of trying to resolve those feelings, I just kept adding more fuel to the fire by avoiding them. I was just searching for the next high to distract me, which often meant continuing doing mindless things with my time, like sleeping all day, partying all night, as well as just surrounding myself with people who made me feel like what I was doing was okay. Mainly because they were doing the exact same things. Also, over the years I found myself doing just a lot of things for the wrong reasons, usually selfish ones. And I didn't really hold anything, like any value for anything or anyone in my life. I was either just focused on making money so I can continue to skate by the way I was, or just what someone could do for me to benefit my situation at the time. And that was just a bad idea, to think that way, because it led me to develop this entitled mindset where I felt like I deserved to be handed something without actually working for it. I thought that just because I was doing something special and unique, that the normal problems didn't apply to me. I literally honestly thought that someone or something was just going to magically happen and change my situation for the better. Unfortunately, operating this way over the years not only held me back from growing myself as a person, but it greatly affected other aspects of my life. I ended up damaging relationships with the people that meant the most to me. My family, my friends, girlfriends at the time. And this caused me to miss out on deeper connections and just memorable life experiences with them. And I'll never get that back now. Also, my business suffered greatly from it because I didn't fully invest myself into it. I honestly cared more about the benefits the business provided me, like partying and traveling, than it actually functioning properly, which caused more problems to arise and basically impeded the growth of it. So, to sum it up, until I was able to change my mindset and my habits, I just stayed stuck in the mud, spiraling further and further out of control. However, after working on this for the last 10 years, I've been pretty fortunate to discover the hard way of actually regaining control of my life. Just look at this picture someone managed to capture of me at one of my lowest points. I'm stressed the hell out. I'm walking through all that fire. I got a knife in my hand just hanging on for my life. Actually, it's just a book cover I was on, but you guys get the point. I managed to survive through all the tough times over the past 10 years and regain control of my life. And now, it's given me more time, more energy, more confidence, more success, and more fulfillment. And the thing is, I've been finally able to master this all by forming simple, healthy habits in just 1 hour a day. And by figuring this out, it then led me to create my Fittest Hour, which helps empower men to change their lives for the better. Honestly, I really wish I knew 10 years ago what I know now, because I can only imagine how much easier my journey would have been, or where I would be in my life today. Just imagine for a moment you had the ability to condense the time in your life. Imagine you were getting physically fit and you're getting mentally stronger than you ever thought imaginable. Imagine just waking up 3 months from now and stepping in front of a mirror and not even recognizing the man you become. You're fucking glowing. You're strong as shit. You have muscles. You have confidence. You feel on fire. Imagine fixing the problems in your relationship and getting back to the feeling when you first started dating. You know that moment when the fireworks seem to go off every day? Think about this for a minute. How long's it been since you felt free from the shackles placed on you by your life, by work, by your relationships, by the societal conditions? How long's it been since you felt in control of your schedule? How long's it been since you felt in control of your physical health? Look, if any of that stuff sounds like you, then I actually have some good news for you, because none of those things, believe it or not, are the real problem. The real problem is that you just haven't made what I call the shift. Basically, you're just sitting next to the car, all comfortable, modeling cool like whoever this guy is. Yeah, it's me. And not even attempting to get in the driver's seat and make the shift into first gear. But don't worry, I'm going to explain to you exactly what the shift is in just a second. But for right now, just understand that once you make it, you're going to have complete control of your life, giving you more time, more energy, more confidence, more success, and more fulfillment, all in less than just 1 hour a day. So, I've been seeing these puzzles lately all over the subway that use pictures to describe phrases, and I thought I'd make one of my own for you guys. So, it's called a rebus puzzle, actually. So, if for some reason you learn absolutely nothing here today, at least you will probably remember this. Okay, so if you couldn't have figured out what it is by now, it's house rules, duh. And quickly, I want to go through some with you guys. Now, I think it should be obvious that this is definitely not a get fit quick, do nothing, miraculously achieve your dream life overnight sort of thing. The stuff I'm going to share with you is going to massively simplify the way that you function, but don't get me wrong, because it does take work. It actually takes a lot of work, and if you really, really, really want to yield the benefits, you need to put in the work. So that means no fake experts and bullshit anecdotes. If you don't want to change and are not ready to commit yourself, then I can't help you. And again, this should go without saying, but I have to say that neither my results nor my clients' results are typical. The case studies we share are all extraordinary, but these guys worked hard, they overcame challenges, and earned the results that I'm going to share with you. And just to remind you, your success or lack thereof is absolutely up to you. So really quick, let me check in with you and just sort of see where you're at. Does this sound like you? Okay guys, here is where I'm going to show you just how simple it really is. I'm going to show you this one massive shift that is so easy that you're going to question why none of the gurus have ever shared it with you. It will immediately, I'm talking like within the first day, help you feel as though if you're like finally regaining control of your life and giving you more time, more energy, more confidence, more happiness, more success and fulfillment, all simply by just forming healthy habits in 1 hour a day. How fucking awesome does that sound? Pretty amazing, I know, right? Just imagine what your day is going to feel like when you're actually excited to wake up each morning. And you don't need the multiple cups of coffee anymore just to get you through the day, because you're actually high on life from being in control of it. It literally took me 10 years to figure this out. And now you're getting it in 60 minutes. And here's the best part. By following the My Fittest Hour blueprint, it's actually going to give you more time. That's right. By only investing 4% of your day, just 1 hour, you actually gain more time, more clarity, and accomplish way more. Seriously, you're going to be wondering what the hell to do with yourself by 3 p.m. Think about this. What the hell would you do with your extra time that you have? Go to the gym? Get back in shape? How about spend more time with your kids? Or start that business you've been putting off for years? Just imagine the possibilities, what you can do with more time. You guys ever see that movie Limitless with Bradley Cooper? You know, that one where he takes this super nootropic drug and it just makes him ultra productive in condensed time? Well, guess what? It's exactly how you're going to feel by implementing the My Fittest Hour blueprint into your life. You'll finally be in control of your life, and you're going to be able to tap into this secret power. The thing is, almost every hour of our everyday lives, we're being blasted with information, telling us what we should do, what we need, how we should think, act, and feel. Does this sound familiar to you? Go to school, get a job, get married, buy a house, have kids. How about this? Need energy? Drink some coffee. Need stress relief? Have some alcohol. Or how about this? Men are strong, women are emotional, men are providers, women are nurturers. It's like society is trying to give us this blueprint that it wants us to follow. But the thing is, this blueprint keeps changing with each new study done and diet created or product updated. Like, one day, eggs are good for you. The next day, they're not good for you. Or the keto diet is the best for weight loss. Oh, wait, now we just know that the paleo diet is the best for weight loss. Or you need an iPhone 11 because of this 5G feature. Oh, wait, you need a new one now because you can control it with your mind. Most of this stuff we are just hearing is just mindless noise, but it's consuming all of our time and energy, leaving us feeling unfulfilled, unbalanced, unhappy, and just out of control, which is pretty depressing, and it actually makes us feel as though we're lacking. So basically, to sum it up, we are consumed in the noise. We're just running on autopilot with our thoughts, our decisions, our emotions, and our bodily function, not ever really feeling as though we're ever really living. Does this cycle sound familiar to you? Do more, as in spend more time and energy at a job you don't like so you can have more money to spend on shit that you don't really need so you can feel some short-lived happiness and then do that all over again? That is not what life is about. The thing is, more isn't the answer to getting more. Just taking the time to focus on yourself is. And you only need 1 hour a day to make this work. That's just 4% of your entire day dedicated to you. Just think about this, guys. 4%. That's like 2 episodes on the streaming services, or just 1 episode of Game of Thrones. 4%, that's like half the amount of time you spend staring at other people's lives on social media each day. 4%, it's easily as much time as you spend in a car each day, commuting mindlessly. So 4% dedicated to you is definitely doable. Alright, so here's what it looks like. You're going to dedicate 1 hour of focused time on yourself every day. And what this is going to do for you, it's going to give you more control, which will make you more aware, which will make you happier and healthier, which will make you more confident, which ultimately makes you more successful. But the biggest shift is you will no longer feel as though you're just drifting through life anymore. You're going to feel more fulfillment. Remember that feeling you got when you were a kid, when you tried so hard at something, either in school or a sport that you played, and in the end, when you got that good grade or scored like a goal and won the game, you got praised by your parents and your teachers and your friends, and you felt on top of the world, like anything was possible? Well, this is me around when I was 7 years old and I played soccer. Not to toot my own horn, but I was pretty damn good at it. And I used to feel that feeling when I was scoring the goals in my games. But now, I feel the same way every day of my life. Except I'm not scoring goals into nets, and I don't need the praise anymore. I control that feeling. So, let me break this one shift down for you into 3 simple little steps. So, during that 1 hour a day that you dedicate to yourself, you're going to focus your time, on your mind, on your body, so that you are in total power and control. First, you're going to learn how to manage your time so that you're in complete control of your day and you no longer feel as though you're just chasing other people's agendas. Next, you will prioritize what you're going to be putting in your mind so you're in control of the way you think and will be focused on your agenda and no one else's. This is going to be where you learn how to quiet the noise and you strengthen your mind. And third, you're going to be able to begin to nurture your body so you can gain control of the way you look, the way you feel. It sounds pretty doable, right? So, if you're wondering what it looks like when you tie all these 3 things together, don't worry. I'm about to show you. I created this super awesome graphic. I worked really hard on designing it. Here you go. Alright, so this is what I like to call the flow. It's where the limitless superpower field comes into effect. It's where the things that you used to consider a problem before aren't. Those problems are still showing up though, but you're just now operating at this higher level that you no longer see them as problems. You are above them and you are in the flow. Just think about how a river flows. First off, its current is constant and consistent, creating massive amounts of energy, making rapid progress all day long with its movements. And not only that, but it's freaking strong. It's strong enough to flow over and around shit and that's in its way. Like those rocks I drew in this photo. Yes, those are rocks if you didn't realize, those deformed figures in the water. And also, the flow, it's so damn resilient. It's able to fall down great distances like waterfalls and still keep on going. And get this, the flow, it seems to have no limits with what it's capable of doing. Because if the parameters are just right, for instance, a wave on the beach, it can flow uphill even if it's just for a moment. Pretty fucking awesome, right? Well, what's even more awesome is flowing water, it usually attracts positive things around it. See in the graphic how all those trees are thriving and the animals are happy, having a damn good time because they have delicious water to drink from and bathe in? The flow isn't just flowing to flow, it's also serving a purpose. And lastly, the flowing water has to be going somewhere with all that movement, right? Well, it eventually leads to creating a broader flow, expanding into different areas like streams and lakes and bigger bodies of water, thus creating an abundance, aka more flow. Now, the flow is a pretty damn amazing place to be in, don't you think? Well, if you couldn't understand my complex drawing that I drew, here are some equations I put together to describe it for you even in a simpler fashion. Okay, so when you take 1 hour a day and align the 3 steps, the time, mind, and body, you regain control and are in the flow. And when you're in the flow, you are stronger, you have balance, you have energy, you are confident, you are consistent, you are resilient, and you are happy, and you are serving a purpose. Also, when you're in the flow, it leads you to abundance, which means other areas of your life are going to benefit, like your relationships and your job or business. To sum it up, when you're in the flow, you aren't just surviving, you are thriving in life. Okay, so I think we can all agree the flow is a pretty amazing place to be in, as you know. But if you guys want to see what it looks like when you aren't in the flow, I created another amazing, awesome graphic that I worked really hard on, and I'm about to show you. So this is what I like to call the swamp. It's where the problems continue to pile up, and you're slowly sinking deeper and deeper into a bottomless pit of them. You are stuck in the muck of life, and you can't get out. You are in the swamp. Now, think about the conditions in an actual swamp. The water is definitely not flowing. It's just standing still with no movement. And if by chance there is any movement, it's so weak you don't even notice it. Which usually means the water that's just been sitting there is pretty murky and unclear. So there's no telling what area is safe from potential problems, especially since they're everywhere you turn in that gross ass pit. For instance, there are mud pits all around, so you will always find yourself walking on unstable ground, and chances of getting stuck are highly probable. However, if by chance you somehow do get unstuck, most likely you'll find yourself stuck in another pit that you just might not be able to get out of, causing who knows what to happen next. Also, the swamp is usually a perfect place for blood-sucking insects, like mosquitoes, to call home. You see all of them flying around in the image? Yes, those little dots are insects, if you couldn't tell. And not to mention, the swamp is an ideal habitat for dangerous wildlife, like alligators and poisonous snakes. So basically, if you want something constantly biting you, or to potentially die, just hop on in the swamp. As you can see in my image, most animals are smart enough not to go near the swamp because they might get sucked into its wrath. But unfortunately, that one little guy was not. Yep, he's sad because he's dead. R.I.P. buddy. Okay, so to sum it up, in the swamp, you will either keep encountering the same problems each day, or find that one problem will lead to more problems, which in the end consumes your entire existence. In the swamp, you stop living and you just focus on trying to survive. Well, personally, I like to also refer to this place as the circle of fucking yourself. And unfortunately, most people that are stuck in this circle are men. Just check out some of these statistics. First off, depression diagnosis is at an all-time high, with 1 in 5 people suffering with anxiety disorders, and with men making up over 75% of all suicide victims in the US. Now, maybe you know someone who has committed suicide, or maybe you're lucky you don't. But just think about how often you've heard about someone famous killing themselves lately. You would think out of all people, that they should be the happier ones because of their successes. But the thing is, we all deal with the same problems, whether we're famous or not. And mental health is a major one that's often overlooked and untreated. And unfortunately, this lack of treatment has caused us to self-medicate ourselves in one way or another. And our substance abuse rate is triple compared to women. This is not only dangerous in itself, but it only leads us to a slew of other potential problems in other areas of our life. If not, eventually death. Now, if our mental health wasn't enough to worry about, if you didn't know, 70% of all men are obese or overweight. Just think about how many people you know that could lose 10 or 20 or 50 pounds because of their unhealthy lifestyle choices. Or perhaps you're one of them too. Unfortunately, this is one of those problems that just sums up the circle of fucking yourself, because it causes an increase in healthcare use and expenditures, leading to more financial debt, thus leading to more stress, thus leading to more unhealthy choices. Well, what's even worse is that most people who break the circle don't even come out alive, because heart disease is a leading cause of death worldwide, and more than half of all people who die from it are men. Okay, I want you guys to take a second just to think about all that. Pretty fucking crazy, right? Well, all these problems with our mental and physical health, they have to stem from somewhere. They're usually caused by some sort of discontentment in our lives. It is said that 85% of all people worldwide hate their jobs. And almost 50% of all marriages end in divorce. And 3 out of 4 people say they are lonely. So one could say that these are major areas to be concerned about. And if that was enough, our ability to sleep is suffering because of all these things, especially since Americans spend an estimated $50 billion on sleep aids and remedies each year. Now, between the constant pressure to provide, to create a work-life balance, and just to act like how society tells us to be a man, more stress is entering our lives than ever before, creating much bigger issues, as you can see, leaving us stuck in the circle of fucking yourself. Now, yes, you might be able to survive in the swamp if you avoid the biggest threat, but is surviving stuck in the mud, things biting you, slowly killing yourself, exactly what you want to do? No, it fucking isn't. It's just the easy thing to do. And no one wants to be there. We just ended up there because of society. Don't worry though, because it doesn't have to be that way. So, let me ask you a real quick question. If all this did was finally get your ass to the gym so you can start getting back in shape, would it be worth it? Fuck yeah, it would. You'll look good again, you'll feel good, and you'll live longer, and that's pretty fucking awesome all by itself. What about if all it did was give you one whole extra hour a day. Would that be worth it? Think about this. What's your time worth? Like, is it $25 an hour? Is it $50 an hour? $200 an hour? Well, even if it's $25 an hour and you're able to get an extra 30 hours a month, that is worth at a minimum of $750 a month. Now, imagine having 2 or 3 or 4 extra hours every damn day. What is that worth to you? What could you accomplish during that time? What if all this did was give you more time to spend with your kids? What's that worth? I'd say probably priceless, I would imagine. Well, what if all this did was help you reconnect with your wife and take her on a date every week? What's that worth? It's probably fucking priceless. Just ask your partner. Now, the principles I created inside MFH are priceless. And you can see why I'm able to charge upwards of $18,000 for my one-on-one clients to see massive results in their marriage, their life, their health, and their career. All right, so here's the deal, guys. I want to offer you something that I personally think is the most valuable thing that anyone can give someone else. And what's crazy is that no one else in this space is even offering it. Because as you probably noticed, most of these so-called life coaches and self-help gurus out there, they just want to give you a shit ton of information and call it a day. Now, don't get me wrong, a lot of that stuff is probably pretty helpful, but to me, that shit is just overwhelming. It's fucking confusing and distracting me from what I'm really after. Just look at these screenshots from some of the most popular ones out there. I don't know about you, but this shit gives me anxiety. And all I see is a lot of words that I have to read. And since I already hear enough noise throughout my day, adding more clutter to my mind is the exact opposite thing of what I'm trying to do. It's like I have to do work just to get to the actual work. Plus, the thing is, not everything usually being talked about on those platforms pertains to my exact situation and what I'm struggling with. So I'm still left feeling disconnected and like I'm just lost in a big sea of other members who are also feeling disconnected and unengaged. Well, I'm not going to do that to you guys because that is not why I created the My Fittest Hour platform. So rather than just giving you a shit ton of info, I'm going to give you more personalized attention tailored to your specific needs. Sound good? Okay, so let me share what you're going to get inside of My Fittest Hour. First, when you guys sign up, I'm going to give you your first Fittest Hour in the form of a personalized one-on-one phone call with me. Now, don't count on me to be dressed up like this when we talk on the phone, though. Guys, I actually want to connect with you. I want to hear about who you are as a person, what makes you tick, what you're struggling with, so then I can help you out with whatever specifically that is and provide you the tools to stop struggling and start thriving. I mean, do you guys want to sign up for something and instantly be overwhelmed and distracted? Or sign up for something and start seeing results right away? This alone is a value of $375. Now, second, in order to make sure you're getting the proper amount of attention during your membership, I'm even going to limit the amount of people who can sign up for My Fittest Hour to only 100 men. Seriously, it will never go above 100 members. And by doing this, it will allow us to all connect and work together in a more intimate and safe environment. You know, I honestly don't care about having thousands of members because the numbers don't mean shit to me if I'm not helping anyone. What I'm concerned with is that you are achieving results. So many of these gurus out there, they've just seemed to lost focus on actually providing real value and helping people. Instead, putting way too much focus on money, as in, let's get thousands of members and get rich quick. It's such a fucking broken model, but don't worry, because I'm putting that shit back together the right way. Now, the value of this is actually priceless. You know why I say that? Because I'm taking money off my plate in order to give you more attention. I could easily be racking in hundreds of thousands of dollars more each year if I didn't restrict the amount of memberships. Now, some might call that foolish, but all I can say is I'm just keeping it 100. Literally. Alright, Third, I'm going to teach you some cool ass shit each week that you can apply to your life and help you keep growing on your journey. Now, in order to stay on track, you need to keep moving. You need to keep learning. You need to keep expanding your mind and challenging yourself. And this will give you the opportunity to do exactly that. Now, I'm no Mr. Miyagi, but I will teach you how to karate kick the shit out of your life. So, every week, we're going to be doing a live training-based session on what you're currently struggling with. And all these recordings, they're going to be saved and archived so you can access them at any time you need. This alone is a value of $1,997. And guess what? Not only that, I'm going to do a live training each week that follows a Q&A each week. So you're going to get the Q&A to ask me questions about what I talked about during it and just whatever's been on your mind throughout the week. Trust me, the last thing I want to do is overwhelm anyone with what I'm teaching and this whole process in general. So by being able to ask me questions and me being able to stay in contact with you, we're going to be able to stay on track together and keep moving. This too is valued at $1,997. So I want to recap all the amazing shit that you're going to be getting with my Fittest Hour when you sign up today. First off, you're going to be getting the personalized phone call from me, which is a value of $375. Next, you're going to be getting more attention from me because I'm limiting the total members to only 100, which is honestly fucking priceless. And last, you're not going to be just getting that. You're going to be also getting the live weekly training session, which is valued at $1,997, and the Q&A, $1,997. Now, if you want to add it up, it's a total value of $4,389. Not to mention, since item 2 is priceless, since I'm leaving money on the table, it's actually valued at an amount that's probably more than any of us even have just lying around. So I know probably most of you guys are thinking right now, oh, fuck no. But don't worry. I'm not going to charge you some ridiculous price like all the other gurus and marketers out there, because I respect you more than that. And because I wouldn't be helping anyone. So instead, I'm going to give it to you for only $97 a month. Yes, I said $97 a month. Talk about a fucking steal. Just think, you probably easily spend $97 a month on shit that doesn't better your life, like your Starbucks addiction, or your gym membership you don't even use, or just a nut out drinking to forget how much stress you have that you're dealing with from your job. Shit, $97 a month, that is pocket change. But the thing is, it's pocket change that will change your life. Listen, guys, I'm nothing special here. Trust me. I personally don't even know how to run Facebook ads. I don't know how to do SEO. I don't even know how to build a proper website. I don't even really know how to do this template for, the webinar. I'm definitely no technological genius. And I'm definitely not some multi-million-dollar playboy who objectifies women all day long, or some bodybuilder who spends all their damn time in the gym. Nor am I trying to be those type of people. I spent 15 years of trial and error to discover this model that works super, super easy and actually benefits so many things in the process. And you can continue doing what you're doing right now and do it the hard way, spending countless hours and losing your mental and physical health, your kids and your marriage, or in your job or your business, just trying to figure this shit out. Or instead, you can just do what I did, and it works. I'm just a normal guy like you. And if I can do this, then you can most definitely do this. I'm really not sure what your excuse is right now, but I promise you can do this. So I want to ask you guys a question. You've been probably to webinars like this in the past, right? And you get all fired up and excited about the possibilities. But what the hell happens the next day? Probably nothing for most of you guys, right? It's sad because I just showed you the exact system I've used to regain control of my life that's giving me more time, more energy, more confidence, more success, and more fulfillment. just by forming healthy habits all in 1 hour a day. And what's crazy is you're just going to show up tomorrow and you're going to do nothing. And the reason why is because old habits are hard to break. You'll go back to your office the next day, go back to the same routine. But the only way you're going to be successful in this is if we break the damn habit right now. And the way you're going to do that is by investing in this live personalized group. And then I can help you right now by giving you all the tools you need to break that old habit. Remember, I'm going to get the fuck on the phone with you guys personally to help you get started. And if you don't do that, you're just going to slide right back into your old habits. Which means everything we did here over the last hour was totally useless unless you invest into this now and access the tools needed to break the habit and take this to the next level through the My Fittest Hour community. Alright, so check this out. I believe in what I created here so much, and I want to make this a no-brainer for you. Inside My Fittest Hour, it's such an intimate setting. We're going to connect personally to help you break through your barriers and win. But if for some reason you decide that you don't want to do that and you want to just keep wasting your time and keep staying stuck in the same routine, I've even made this risk-free for you. So after our initial call, I'm going to give you 24 hours to cancel your membership. Because after that, you're going to say, fuck yes, or I'm just not ready. Either way, you're going to still get the whole hour of one-on-one time with me, which is the value of $375. Sounds pretty fucking great, right? Yeah, I know. Alright, guess what? I have something else for you as well. So, if you do decide to stick with it and want to continue to taking the steps to regaining control and thriving, then we're going to move forward together as a bigger team. I'm going to make sure you have even more support on your journey by adding you to my private community. So, don't bring a shitty, no new friends mentality here, because most likely, a lot of you guys probably have friends that are completely wasting your time with their drama and holding you back from actually your greater potential. So, you can basically consider me your dad, who's going to make sure you have some damn new friends on your first day of school by arranging a play date for you the day before. The thing is, if you don't follow the rules and play nicely, you're going to be kicked the fuck out. Now, within a matter of your first 48 hours, you will have all this support off the bat. You're going to have my support, as well as some new buddies to pick you up when you're having an off day. Imagine how that's going to feel actually being connected and that you're not alone on this journey. What is it going to do for you to have all that support? Now, this alone is valued at $997. And guess what? Not only that, I have this truly epic bonus for you. Well, since I don't think that's enough support and attention to make sure you're staying on track, I'm going to take this a step further and step it up a notch, offering you constant communication by doing daily, yes, daily, not weekly, check-ins. Yes, every fucking day. I honestly wish I had someone checking in with me on my journey each day, because honestly there was so many days where I slipped up and it seemed like I was going one step forward and two steps backwards way too often. So for your first 30 days of your journey, I'm going to be personally making sure you don't slip up and you stay on track to succeed. Consider me your eyes in the technological sky, holding you accountable each day for completing the task at hand. This is not your fittest 1 hour once a week. This is your fittest hour every damn day. Now, I'm a nice guy, but don't waste my time or yours. Now, this alone is valued at $2,500. And guess what? I finally have one more bonus for you. So, I want to share with you as much as, like how I live my daily life as possible. When you sign up, you're going to be able to access what has helped me get to this point and keep thriving. Consider it, you're getting an ongoing library of simple ass shit, because that's exactly the way I live my life each day. You're going to receive my favorite money saving hacks. So actually, by investing in this platform, I'm going to actually be putting money back in your pocket. That's pretty fucking awesome, right? Yes. Also, you'll get so many of my other little tips and secrets of how I stay in control and thrive with my personal health, my relationships, and my business. This alone is valued at $997. So I quickly want to recap all the value you're going to be receiving by signing up for my Fittest Hour today. Now, in case you forgot, you will receive the 1-hour personalized phone call with me, and you're going to be receiving more personalized attention because I'm limiting the amount of members to only 100, and you'll be receiving the live weekly training each week and the live Q&A each week. Plus, with all the additional bonuses, you'll be getting even more fucking value, like the access to my private community, which is a value of $997, the daily check-ins for your first 30 days so you can help stay on track. This value at $2,500, and the library of simple-ass daily life hacks like money-saving tip. You know, that's a value of $997. Now, totaled up, this is $8,863 in actual cash value. But again, since I'm restricting the amount of members, this is really priceless. But again, you guys are not getting it for some ridiculous, priceless amount. You're getting it all for $97 a month. Just think about it. You're probably easily spending $97 on shit that isn't improving your life each month, like eating out at unhealthy fast food restaurants, or your fucking new craft beer obsession, or your porn addiction. So the way I look at it is, people in their life, they can have one of two things. You can either have time or you can have excuses. That's it, okay? So right now you have two options. One, you can sign up, you're going to get involved, begin transforming your life, have more time, deeper relationships, and improve your health. Or two, you can come up with an excuse. Why you can't afford it, why you can't do it right now, why you don't have the time. The thing is, you can't have both. You can have time or excuses, and you need to decide right now which one it is you want. I don't know about you, but I'd rather have time. So that's why you need to go invest it right now. Just think, by choosing time over excuses, you're not only going to have more of it, you're going to regain control of your life, also giving you more energy, more confidence, more success, and more fulfillment in your relationships and business. So think about this. You are actually wasting the time that you could be using towards changing by continuing to make excuses. And it isn't just affecting you, it's affecting everyone in your life too. So I want to show you an example of someone who made the right choice. Meet Joshua. He's a father of 3 children and runs a few different businesses. He has more than a full schedule. And if he wasn't working long hours, he was taking the kids to school, to camp, etc., as well as trying to maintain a healthy relationship with his wife. Between all those things, that didn't leave him a second throughout the day to focus on himself. Now, yes, he put providing and being there for them ahead of himself, which is great. But there was a huge imbalance in his life, and it was just slowly running him down. His health was suffering, he was tired all the time, and it ended up affecting the relationships that he had with his family, as well as his productivity at work. You know, the thing is, Joshua didn't have nor give an excuse. He was in desperate need of help and knew it. So when he discovered my Fittest Hour, it was honestly a no-brainer for him. He said fuck yeah because he knew what that would mean to his overall well-being. Now, I am happy to say that Joshua is thriving better than ever before. His life is back in balance. He has more time. He has more energy. His health is back on track. And it's brought more success and fulfillment in his life, especially with the relationships that he has with his kids and his wife. So, you only have 2 choices at this point. You can either make the decision to invest, get started, and over the next few weeks, you can have your life totally transformed, giving you more time, more energy, more confidence, more success, and more fulfillment. Or you can have this webinar right now. Kind of sit around, throw on some Netflix, go to bed, and tomorrow when you wake up, do the exact same thing you're doing now. You've got choices, and you just have to decide which choice is more exciting in your life. Do you want to go back to exactly what is happening and keep getting the same results, or the lack of results you got yesterday? Well, I'm guessing not, because it obviously isn't working the way you want, or you wouldn't be here with me on this webinar right now. You obviously want help with your health, your relationships, or your business because it caused you pain. Imagine you both broke your leg, but instead of fixing it, you left it. It would cause you pain for the rest of your life. So you have two choices. Let's fix this together and move forward, or continue with the way things are. I don't know about you, but that second option, it just never makes me happy. And that's why I want to help you right now. So click the link, book your initial call with me, and let's get started right now. Okay, so I want to show you another example of someone who has the same choices you have now, and instead of just choosing to sit around, continuing to make the same choices and getting the same results he had been for years, he instead decided to take action to change. Meet Glenn. He has a successful, well-paying corporate job, and is going back to school part-time to get his master's. But between the long work weeks and the constant studying, there really wasn't enough time for anything else in his life, which left him feeling lonely, unhappy, and unfulfilled. Not to mention, his physical health was suffering from it. And it seemed like no matter what he did to try to change that, he would either just keep getting the same results, or he would find himself a step behind that, which would dishearten him and leave him unmotivated. Well, the thing is, Glenn, he knew he needed to mix things up, or else he would find himself in an even worse position. So when he discovered My Fittest Hour, he instantly jumped at the opportunity. Now, after using the tools I provided him, he has not only gained more time and feels in more control, but feels a sense of belonging because of the personalized support and accountability he's received. Also, he lost 25 pounds, and he feels more fulfilled with his job, and he even does volunteer work in his free time. Pretty damn awesome, right? Listen, guys, there are two types of people who show up to these webinars. First is the timid, nervous guy who thinks it's really cool, and they want to do it, but they just don't take action. Well, I don't know about you, but I don't like working with these people. They are never successful because they're never fully committed. They're always just putting their toes in the water because it's too cold to get in further. Well, the people I like are the people like us, right? They get on this thing, they hear it, they understand it, and they step up and want to produce. They want to dive the fuck in the water. They come out here and get ready to make things happen and are ready to see results. So I'm going to ask you guys this. Are you this person, the one on the left, or are you the person on the right? The one who's super excited and willing to take action? Because if you're the first one, then you shouldn't be on this webinar right now. I don't want to make you feel guiltier than you already do, but if you're ready to take some massive action in your life and do some cool stuff and change your health, your relationships, and your business for the better, if you want to join us, then you're going to click the link right now below and sign up. And guess what? There's me again in the middle there between my two brothers. I just wanted to use myself as an example because for many years of my life, I was a guy who just stuck his toes in the water. You know, I would see all the people, these people like all the time just swimming in the water of happiness and control that I wanted in my life. And it looks so damn refreshing. But I always just seemed to let something prevent me from diving in it. I was either unsure or scared, and I guess you could say I had commitment issues. And the only thing I was actually good at committing was doing nothing, which would lead me further away from change. Not to mention, I wasted so much of my time finding reasons not to commit that I could have spent on implementing change. And it wasn't until I shifted my mindset to seeing how committing myself to changing was the best investment I could make with my time, I just stayed stuck in that dealing with the same problems over and over again. But The thing is, when I finally got enough courage to dive the fuck in the water and commit, it was never like as bad as I thought I built it up to be. It was the exact opposite. I instantly felt empowered and started shedding away the bullshit in my life that was holding me back. Each change I made, I felt in more control, which made me so much happier. And I cut out the people in my life that were dragging me down. And I even cut my long hair off that I had for 15 years. I moved to a new city, and I created some amazing opportunities for myself. The thing is, I realized that that change becomes so much easier when you actually commit to the first one. Honestly, I tell you this because I just don't want you guys making the same mistakes I did. I want you to reach your potential. I want you to feel the same power I feel now. So just dive the fuck in and sign up. Okay, so one more time, I'm going to recap everything you're going to get when you sign up for My Fittest Hour today. You're going to receive the 1 hour personalized phone call with me to help you get you started on your journey. And not only will you get that, you're going to get more personalized attention because I'm limiting the amount of members to only 100. Also, you're going to receive the live training each week as well as the live Q&A each week so we can keep continuing to interact and keep moving together. Plus, remember, you're going to get all the bonuses like access to my private community, which will help provide you with support from other men who are in your shoes. Now, if that wasn't enough, I'm taking it up a notch and offering the daily check-ins for your first 30 days. There will be no 1 step forward and 2 steps back. We are going to stay on track and keep moving forward towards positive change together. Lastly, you'll also be getting my library of simple daily life hacks like the money-saving tips, which is actually going to be putting money back in your pocket. Now, if you're a numbers guy and want to total it up, it's a value of $8,863. But once again, since I'm restricting the amount of members, this is a motherfucking priceless platform. And I even added a definition in case you don't know what the hell priceless means. It means having a value beyond any price. However, like I said before, I want to help you. So I'm not going to waste your time and charge you some ridiculous amount. Instead, I'm only going to give it to you for $97 per month. Just think about it. You are probably easily spending $97 a month on shit that isn't helping you change your life. Like your online gaming obsession. Really, guys, you're still wasting your time and money playing fucking video games. Or spending $97 each month thinking you're a fucking sommelier buying $100 bottles of wine. Or just flushing $97 down the toilet every month on healthy food that you buy that just sits rotting away in your fridge because you're too damn lazy to actually make it. And then you end up wasting another $97 on ordering in food each month. So honestly, guys, don't give me some bullshit excuse how you can't spend $97 a month on something that is actually going to help you change your life, because you're already spending on things that are doing the opposite. Okay, so listen, guys, the webinar is now over. So click the registration link below and book your first Fittest Hour with me. I honestly promise you will not regret it. Invest in yourself. Thank you.